Hello everybody and welcome back to another Flight Simulator Startup Guide by Pro Dr. Dank. Yours truly, we're here at the, well, I'd say lovely Newcastle Airport, but it's looking a bit grim. But look at that detail there. It's even got the time bridge and the swing bridge. Oh, I'm glad Newcastle's my home. Anyways, enough about that. We are in Headwinds A330-900. Now you can get this from flightsim.2. I will put the link in the description so you can download it, and of course there will be instructions on how to download it into Microsoft Flight Simulator. So there's not much variation between this and the A320, apart from the fact that, which is really good by the developers, they've put in the flypad in. As you can see, you're able to interact with it, but we'll go into that a bit later on in this video. So we have external power, so we're going to turn that on. You'll notice very familiar sounds. It has got the fly-by-wire system installed, so that's all running and it's going through its test. We're going to load up the flypad. Look at that. I mean, just incredible work by the development team there at Headwind. So we're going to zoom in. If you notice, it's the same AFB or electronic flight bag is what it's called. So it's got all the same features, just a different plane. So if you're familiar with the fly-by-wire systems, it should be easy to get yourself around the aircraft. Obviously, if you're not, stick around this video and I will show you how to get settled. Obviously, these two here are your meters. Obviously, it's not provided because I'm not connected to SimBrief. That'll be for a different video. It's got your OFP, so your flight plan, so you can import flight plans from SimBrief if you have SimBrief, and you've also got your fuel options. So you can refuel, and obviously you can change if you want instant, fast, or real-time refuel. And down below we've got the ground services, so you got your packs, your doors, your baggage, external power, catering, call the tug when you're ready for pushback. Then you got your top of descent and all that good stuff, and then obviously your landing calculation for when you come into land. You also can scan your QR code and use Navigraph as well. It's linked up to Navigraph, and obviously if you connect to the VATSIM, it'll show you all the stations and what's available on the VATSIM network. And then obviously you can have set failures if you choose to do so, but that is enough of the flypad. What we're doing here. So first things first, we're going to set our altimeter, and then we're going to go up to the top left panel and get our navigation on. I've set it to instance for the purposes of the video. Obviously you can set it for however you want, and if you want to know how to set it up, go back to your flight bag, into the cog wheel at the bottom left. You've got your defaults, aircraft configuration, your sim options, so there you can have sync MFS flight plan, load only or save. You can also have your default barrow, and then your ADIRS line, which is to do with those buttons I've just clicked before there, which is the ADIRS. You can have instant, fast, or real. If you have it on real, it takes about 7 minutes roughly to load up the consoles. And obviously you've got your boarding time, tiller inputs, and all various other options, your audio and your flypad, so you can set the brightness. Auto brightness, or you can manually set the brightness to however you want, but I'm just going to keep it on auto. So I'm just going to get that back to the main page while we're there, and if you notice, all the dials, all the screens and MCDU screens are all up and running. Now, first things first is what we want to do is get batteries on, and then we're going to go ahead and put the APU on. Bear in mind, this is as if you were getting ready to push back and start. Obviously, I'm just going to start the engines at the gate. Normally, especially if you're on VATSIM, you'd never normally do that. Obviously, if you're off VATSIM, you can do whatever you want. You can start however you want. But this is just the normal way I'm going to start this plane. And how I normally do it. If you've watched some of my streams, some of my videos, this is how I normally go about it. So as you can see, the APU is now starting. It does take a couple of seconds to kick in. And there we go, we've got power. So the APU is all set up. Normally what we'd do now is go into the MCDU and start sorting out all my requirements for my flight plans and all that good stuff, but that'll be for another video. This is just basic starts. Train button is obviously, it's based off the fly-by-wire. Obviously it's not active at the moment. You'd probably notice that if you were flying the A320 as well. Right, so you've got all the familiar buttons. You've got your constraints, your VORs, zoom in and out the range with the map. Obviously change the view. You got your ILS button, your flight directors, autopilot switches are all in the same place. You've got your heading, your speed, your altitude. All pretty much familiar stuff. You've got your auto brakes down here. You've got your clock down there. Obviously landing gear as well. So what we're now going to do is turn on the fuel pumps. I'm going to put on the crossfeed. APU is on. And then we are going to go down to the center console, which will make sure our rudder's reset, our door is locked, flaps and brakes are down, parking brake is on. I'm just going to do a quick system check on controls. Yep, everything works fine there. You can get a nice cool pair of aviators to join you on that flight. So we're going to go back down to the center console. We're going to put predicted wind shear onto auto. Then we're going to go over to the TCAS, hit that ident button, and we're going to have it on, and we're going to have it on transmission and receive. So flight controls work, speed brake and flaps all set in their original position. Park brake is on, cockpit door is locked. We've got the APU running, we've got the batteries running, and we've got the fuel lines open. Now what we need to do is, once you're happy that you've got your flight plans and all that set up, which I'll be doing it obviously in another video, which will be coming soon, is we will go ahead and turn on seatbelt sign, the no smoking sign. We will then turn our strobe on, our beacon on, our wing light on, and nav lights on. We'll set taxi and get our landing lights on, since it's a bit dark, and our runway turn light on. Of course, you can change the temperature of the aircon with these knobs here. And we're going to go ahead and hit all the call buttons. Oh, now that is very bright. So, seatbelt sign's on, no smoking sign is on. Now time for the good stuff. The Pierre Resistance. Flip the starter switch to ignition, and we're going to start engine 2. Yeah, the engine's starting there. And we're just going to watch the middle console. I'm going to wait until the engine is available and all the numbers match up. There we go, you can hear the engine starting. There we go, AGT is live. It'll go up and then it'll go down slightly. So we're just going to watch that go up. Now, as I said, if you're on VATSIM, do not start your engines at the gate. It is forbidden. Please don't do that. However, if you're offline and you're just flying on your own accord, you're free to do as you wish. So there we go. Engine 2 is available. Go ahead and start engine 1. We'll just wait a couple of seconds. And there we go. It's powering up. Engine temperature's going up. Now, we want it to match the same numbers on both sides. So 19.4 and 469 and 67 and 1060. Want to make sure we've got all these numbers are corresponding to this side when starting the engine. Obviously, there might be some slight variations, but not too much is alright. If it's too much, then there's something going wrong. So we're heading up to 1090 to 1120. And we'll see the numbers start to go down.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
Obviously get the enunciation there, the same as you would do on the fly-by-wire. It's pretty much the same as the fly-by-wire systems, apart from it's just a slight variation, obviously, because they're just a different aircraft. It's a completely different aircraft. It's a bigger aircraft. So there we go. And if we go to the outside, if it lets me, you'll see the engines are running. And that is how you start A330-900. Of course, I will be doing a video on how to do flight plans and how to connect your sim brief and all that good stuff to this plane in the next video. But once again, thank you for staying tuned to this video. I hope this was informative and I hope it helped you out. And as always, as I said before, I will be posting a link for this aircraft in the description. So if you want to go ahead and download that, it's a brilliant aircraft. I've flown it a few times. Headwind done a really good job with this one, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. So don't forget to please leave a like, share and subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one.